Welcome in, One Nation, to another episode of the latest buzz. I'm your host, TJ Wingert. Let's start by talking about the men's basketball team who had a pair of home games this past week. The first coming on Thursday as the Hornets welcomed Roanoke College to Wayne Prophet Court in a potential postseason preview. It was a really physical game, but it was the Maroons who came away with the win, 71-54. 2 days later, though, Lynchburg had a chance to get back on track against Eastern Mennonite. And the Hornets showcased a ton of fight in this game as EMU led for nearly the entire first half and would routinely rotate second, even third defenders anytime TC Thacker caught the basketball in the low post, but that wasn't enough to slow him down. More on that later. At the 16:39 mark in the second half, Eastern Mennonite reached their largest lead of the day at 10, but that did represent the high water mark for the day. As the Hornets then went on a 7-0 run, which was capped off with an offensive rebound and a putback bucket for Thacker, good for 1,000 career points, the 27th player in program history to reach the milestone. But yet, there was still work to be done. Fast forward to the 6-minute mark. Cam Savage and Theron Suggs teamed up for a couple of big buckets in back-to-back possessions. Savage hit a three to make it a 2-point contest, then it was Suggs sinking a jumper to tie the game up 61-all. A couple minutes later, Thacker knocked down a pair of free throws to give Lynchburg their first lead in the game since it was a 3-2 score. And do you think after clawing all their way back in front that Lynchburg was going to relinquish the lead? No way. They ended up coming away with a 76-70 win over EMU to end a 3-game losing streak. Transitioning to the women's basketball team, they also had 2 home games this week, the first coming on Tuesday against Virginia Wesleyan. And simply put, it was a dominant showing for the Hornets, who played all 12 who could suit up and play, and had 4 players in double figures, led by Aaron Green with 16. Not far behind, though, was Kate Kolb and Olivia Harris with 15 apiece. The 90-55 win marked the most points in a single game and largest margin of victory all year long, though that didn't last very long. On Saturday, Lynchburg hosted Eastern Mennonite at the cap end of a doubleheader, and it was more of the same for Lynchburg. The Hornets won up their 35-point win on Tuesday with a 42-point differential over the Royals, besting Eastern Mennonite 86-44. Lizzie Davis was the game's highest scorer and rebounder with 25 and 13 respectively. The senior guard also dropped 6 dimes, which helped propel 2 other players into double-digit scoring. Green had 11, Kolb finished with 12. Let's leave the hardwood now and dive into the latest swim results. Please forgive me for my pun. On Wednesday, though, at Randolph-Macon, the Hornets split a meet with the Yellow Jackets, with the men's team gathering their first ever win against RMC 146-59, while the women's team narrowly came up short 112-93. The Lynchburg men's team won 9 of the 11 events and started off strong with a 3-second victory from Kevin Bennett, Mason Swanner, Parker Hands, Will Casemeyer in the opening 200-yard medley relay. Ryan Legg followed up with a win in the 1,000 freestyle. Hands, Myers, and Matt Fields asserted Lynchburg in the meet as a 1-2-3 sweep of the 200 free. The Hornet women piled up 4 event wins on the evening, highlighted by a pair from Savvy Burrows. The freshman claimed the 50 and 100 free. Then it was Savannah Solenberger claiming the top honors in the 200 fly, while Lena Steckler won the 200 back. And last but not least for today, let's talk about the track and field team who were competing over at Roanoke College on Friday and Saturday. The Hornets claimed 3 event victories, including CJ Williams taking first in the high jump at 6 feet and 3/4 of an inch, good for top 10 in program history. The other event victories came courtesy of Anaya Seward. She claimed a win in the 60-meter hurdles, and it was Elle Benefield claiming the number 1 spot in the shot put. Those two also had top 3 finishes in 2 other events. Seward was a 2nd place finisher in the triple jump, and Benefield claimed the 3rd place spot in the weight throw. That's going to bring a close to this episode of The Latest Buzz. Be sure to head to lynchburgsports.com for more of the latest news, results, and stories revolving around Lynchburg athletics.